Hello out there. Today we're going to talk about how to do stop motion on a budget. I'm Will Phillips with And You Films. In one of our recent films, the Texas Chainsaw Mistletoe, we were homaging a large number of Christmas movies, inserting Leatherface into all of them, as you do. The idea came up to do just a hint of stop motion to honor sort of the Rudolph style Christmas special that everyone knows and loves. It was one of those things where it wasn't necessary exactly, because certainly stop motion is not something you normally do on a budget, but it was something we really wanted to do, and I have a long history of fiddling around with stop motion with action figures and stuff as a kid. That's actually how I got into filmmaking. So we decided to figure out how we do it on a budget. For this short sequence, the real key to keeping it in budget was to keep it simple. You'll notice there's only a few characters, only one location, and nobody says any words of dialogue. There might be some screaming and chainsaw action, but there isn't any lip sync, which makes a big difference in how much time and care and effort it takes. For your little puppet model characters, you only need a couple supplies to make them come to life. You need some form of wire, and you need some form of clay. The wire goes inside the character to make their skeleton, so that even if you bend the clay so much, it at least keeps the basic form of the character, and the clay itself, of course, crafts the character and the character's look. One thing that's important to note is that you're going to want to get the kind of clay that does not dry out. This figure is months old, and he still bends, he still moves. If I had the kind of clay that would dry out, probably in a few hours he would get all hard and his joints would start cracking off, and well, that's no good at all. In setting up the environment, lighting is actually key. The environment is very simple in this one. It's a white poster board, a white foam board as the snow base, and a bunch of little plastic trees, which were actually pulled from a HeroScape board game. Hashtag HeroScape. The backdrop looks kind of blue and looks kind of faded like a gradient because of the lighting. And there's lighting behind the characters and lighting on the characters. So you'll notice that it's a somewhat complicated setup for something so small. As far as setting up the camera goes, when you watch the footage of me working, you'll notice that the camera's pretty far back from the characters. This wouldn't be necessary to get a specific shot, but it helps majorly in making sure that you don't interact with the camera or bump the camera when you need to get in there and move. So instead of just putting the camera close to them and having it on a wide angle, I'm actually using a very long lens and zoomed very close in so the camera can be nice and far away from the setup. That way, when I'm moving the characters, I don't need to worry about hitting the camera. So it's all a matter of move the characters, get out of the way, press the button, move the characters, get out of the way, press the button. So honestly, moving your characters as minuscule as possible. That way, as you move them in tiny bits, it'll be very fluid in the final piece, and if you do need them to move faster, you can always make that happen, but you can't get the reverse. Taking it slow and doing it careful, that's a major piece of advice. Is put yourself in a place of calm and peace, enjoy the process, don't be in a hurry, enjoy watching the results come to life. So all told, the lighting took about 2 hours to set up, and the moving of the characters took about 8 hours to do. So for me, this was sort of the next step, dabbling in an art form that I've been passionate about since a kid. And I hope it inspires you to give it a whirl and try your own stop motion projects. If you like seeing behind the scenes in detail of our videos, please let us know, subscribe, put in the comments below, and let us know what sort of things you want to learn more about. And have a great day.